Hello and welcome. My name is Promise Odera One. Apologies, I've been struggling to come online for a few days now. Um, I've been lazy. I don't think I have any other better excuse. I've just been lazy to come out. Um, but yeah, today I want to sort of look at sports. One of the biggest challenge that is facing Nigeria right now is revenue, how to make money. So when we look at sports, what's the best practice globally? How can we create revenue from sports? From what we are hearing, Esa Yuguda that came on channels said that Nigeria is borrowing about 97% and can only invest about 3% back into the state. 97% is used to furnish debts. So the government have only 3% to spend on Nigerians, which means the biggest challenge for Tinubu right now, or any president for that matter, is how to raise revenue. So if that is the case, let's suggest ways. I've suggested a lot of ministries that we need to restart, let them start working again. Waterways, NIPOST, name them. Even the Ajakuta Steel, a lot of things that have gone dead that we need to revamp, that we need to get back to start working, and thereby creating job and creating revenue when people start paying for these services. Nigerian Airways, we've seen the whole brouhaha, what's going on there. It seems like everything the government have been handling has been just full of corruption and have not been, for the good of the common man, which, in turn means we're just wasting money. So right now, they've driven the state so down the drain that we don't even have any money in the coffers of government, and politicians have stolen as much as they could that there's nothing left for the people. So it's either you borrow to pay debts, or we probably have to start losing our sovereignty to China and the likes that borrowed us money. The other day I heard that the whole Lekki trade zone or whatever, where we built the new depot, was actually meant to be willed to China if we default in our payments. So a lot of things are happening. Whether these politicians are even reading the small prints, we don't know. So when it comes to sports, we know that Nigerians love football. Nigerians love sports. And these are things that other countries used to make money. I mean, the UK, and I know how big the Premiership is. And this Premiership did not just become big by wishful thinking or by will. Yes, it's by will, because there should be a will. But what I'm trying to say is that if the government didn't do something or plan for it, it's not like England are the best team when it comes to playing football. But football is more successful here than anywhere in the world. I mean, you can argue Spain, Spanish league, Italian league are one of the top three in the world. But we know there is a country that is known for football, and that's Brazil, because Brazil love football. Now, if you don't make your country to harness their potentials, they will not bring the world best. And we know a lot of Nigerians have actually played at every top level. J.J. Okocha, Kano Nwankwo, Igalo, Babayalo, all the likes of them. Oh, you're a football analyst. Do you want to join me? If you want to join me, you can send request. It's going to be interesting. But the little I know, I'm not a football analyst, but I'm a football lover. I love Arsenal. Now, it's shameful that a lot of Nigerians, when you ask them who do you support, they will give you English teams. But what about our local team? I mean, the whole point of this talk or this live is basically telling our government that, of course, there's so many things we keep pointing to the government, because there is no other person to do these things. It's still government that will have to do it. When you see the British people having, so much, I think they're even fanatic when it comes to football, because they don't go to church anymore. Sundays for them is for football. Weekends are for football. So they go to the pitch, they have what they call season tickets, which means they are allowed to go and watch football as many times as possible. Sorry, I have a call coming in. We have big issues, which is corruption in football administration. Yes, because everything is political. I have tagged NFF so many times to look into the NFF administration. I want to ask you, since you know a bit of football, Felix, there's this buzz around this guy. Oh God, I don't want to forget his name now. What's his name? He's in the NFF. He's from the south. Oh God, I was remembering his name before I came on this live. I've forgotten it. And then I keep wondering, why do people like him so much? I think either he's gone to FIFA or something. But I was thinking probably it will bring a positive impact. But I don't know which one is worse. Whatever the NFF administration is doing, or what our coaching side and the end goal, which is us winning a cup, is. Yeah, that's it. Amaju Picnic. Why is that guy popular? Why is Picnic popular? Why do people like him? Both footballers and everybody alike. I was trying to understand why people like Picnic guy, and I don't know why. Amaju Picnic, he seems to be loved, but then I don't think he has done anything in particular to our football. And I don't want to go much into the coaching side and how much we've produced or how much we've achieved, because I don't think, when was the last time we actually won African Cup of Nations? Not the under 17 or the under 20. People don't like him. He crippled our football. Oh, really? I'm talking about footballers like him, like Igalo, like all the, like everywhere he goes, he's like celebrated or something. So I was thinking, like, why do Picnic become so popular? Drew us 30 years back. Okay, that's your opinion, please. It's not mine. People don't like him. He crippled our football. He's the former NFF president. Who is the current NFF president? You see, the thing with football, and the part I'm going into, is actually the NFF administration and the appointments. You see, it's like when somebody was saying on channels, right, saying that, okay, they asked a question, why, if Tinubu is doing well with his appointment, and somebody said yes, he's being fair compared to Buhari, who actually divided Nigeria into, made Nigeria more polarized by his appointment and gave a lot of things to the Northerners and forget the South. Now, of course, Tinubu being a Southerner, it's understandable that he will give to the South, but he didn't give everything to the South. He gave some to the Northerners and also gave to the South, even included Southeast by naval, being a naval head or something. To a man from Enugu, although there are some people saying he's not from Enugu, he's from Kogi. I don't understand the real story behind that. But the most important thing here is that somebody was saying to him, don't use positions to pay back loyalty. Do you understand? Don't use positions to pay back loyalty. Choose people who are credible. Choose people who are credible, because if we have people who are credible, see, without good managers, you can't make it in football. You can't make it. Without people that really want the country to succeed, your country, especially country football, where people are not playing for money, they are actually playing for the country. You're not going to achieve much. I'm going to try and read everything. If you know what is going on there, you must weep. I know what is going on there. It's all politics, my brother. I know what is going on. It's all politics. I mean, the corruption has destroyed a lot of talent. Yes. I know people who are so gifted. You see, when you go to the streets of Nigeria, you will see a lot of people who know how to play football. But then if you come, for those people to succeed into super egos, it's a shame. And in our secondary school, we had the few guys that really are good into football. But where are they today? Especially one of them is in Malaysia, but he's still not kicking ball around. I don't know how far it's. Of course, age has caught up with him. And the two other guys are still playing football in Lagos, but of course not where they should be. Supposedly, what even Africans in general who have actually played, like Mani, if you at the time in England, it was like the top, not even England, in the whole world, the top strikers are all from Africa. Yeah, welcome my brother, welcome Felix. Good to have you here to share on this topic. So, what do you know about football and NFF? I know it's politicized. There was one. Let me say this. I wanted to say this before coming on this slide. There was one little clip we saw sometime online where a guy that's supposed to be Minister of Sports wanted to kick ball. He was so fat he fell down. He couldn't even kick ball. He fell down. And these are people they make Minister of Sports. So we need to stop this nonsense about making one old man Minister of Youth, look at the appointment. Sorry to digress a bit. The engineer they made central bank governor.
we need to learn how to use people in their area of expertise. If somebody is not a coach, somebody has not coached any team, doesn't know anything about
Those are
football, why are
just
you putting him in football?
good
Go
evening,
ahead.
Mr. Dera. It's evening here in Nigeria. Yeah, I'm very sorry I'm
Good
not
evening,
able to
friend.
like show my
Yeah.
face because it is the normal thing to do. I'm multitasking here, so I'm
Oh,
just
that's
trying
fine.
to.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
As I said earlier, you see, the football administration in Nigeria is just a reflection of our society. You know, you can't have a bad country and expect a good administration in that, a good sport administration in that bad country. You understand? See, if you understand the lot going on in this administration, you just look at it and when are we going to start doing things in the normal way? When are we going to start doing things in the proper way? Why is it so difficult for us to get the most simple things? Just do the needful. You know, it's just so
Right.
unfortunate. This country, the sport administration has talent, favoring players that bribe over players who are merited, players who are talented. You favor them over players who are settling your pockets. A lot of things. A lot of things. You see, sports in Nigeria is just a poverty alleviation scheme because they just put people there. You know, one.
Is it really?
What I'm trying to
Is
say,
it really? I mean, sorry to cut you,
don't take me
but
out of context. This is what I'm trying to say in that context. Is you just see a man because he's jobless and his uncle is one big position. They just say, okay, go and be the minister of sports for this state. He knows nothing about sports. He knows nothing about the game. He knows nothing.
Nothing.
Those are the problems we have.
Let's start from the federal level. At the very top, how long is NFF presidency?
I think
How
it's
long do you have the
for 4
tenure?
years too. I think it's for 4 years too.
For 4 years. Okay. So picnic is gone. Somebody else is there.
Those are my people. People who talk sports together. Yeah, they're in the comment section. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's then come live. I've actually accepted. So it's 4 years and picnic is gone. Hello, brother. Good evening.
Hey, how are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks for joining. I'm happy to have both guys on. So I was asking, if picnic is gone, who else is replacing? Who is the current NFF president?
Buso?
Okay, and he doesn't know anything about football, I believe, as well, yeah?
That's the norms in Nigeria now. Just put people there.
See the point here. I look at UK, right, and how much these people glorify football. You see, people don't realize, especially our government, don't realize how powerful football is. And football is just one sport. I'm talking about even during the Olympics, we could make money from so many things. But these guys invest. Do you know what they are doing now in the UK? Let me share something. You know, during COVID, a lot of us didn't die. We were just walking around in Africa, and they were dropping dead here, dropping dead in the West. So they noticed there's something about melanin. Do you know what they start doing now? They're making all their hotels to have sauna, steam room. Do you understand? So now people are going there, heating themselves up, right? Because they understand that the hot weather and having a hot temperature, of course, if you come from tropical countries like Nigeria, you naturally have all those things because of the sun. It's good for them. So if you don't invest by having, here now, every community will have a park. In every park, in fact, every community also have a leisure center. In a leisure center, you have sport, you have like a tennis court, you have a badminton court, you have a gym and all of that. All these things are fitness and wellness. Yeah. And that's how people start training on their own. And if they have talent, they can start developing into going into Olympics and representing the country. Nigeria, mess. Olympics, we don't even understand. Okay, there's recent news that I heard that, is it Super Eagles are complaining that they've not been paid? Long time ago, when I was in Abuja, one of my big uncles was showing me that it should be this estate was built and was given to those that won. Is it Atalanta 94 or Atalanta 90 something? And government took those properties back from them after some years and resold it. So when you do things like that, how do people want to come back on and want to represent the nation? And that's why you have the likes of Balogun, not just dishing the UK, dishing Nigeria as well to go and play for America. Go ahead, sir. Your contribution.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me just say this. You see, when you put a star peg, a star peg in a square hole, you will get it strong.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I think our problem is beyond what we are seeing or we are thinking. I think I think it's more rooted than that. Because, like you said, I can't imagine an engineer being made a central bank governor. I can't imagine. I can't imagine a lawyer. I can't imagine a lawyer being made a minister of health. You know.
Really?
I can't imagine. No, I'm just giving an example. I wouldn't know. I'm just saying that the way we do things in Nigeria, you know, and you know why it's always like that, because we don't get to elect our leaders in a proper way.
Yeah.
We don't elect them properly, you know. That because now if you want to contest, you have to go to people, you know, have meeting with people, have a kind of agreement with people. Okay, don't worry, when I become the governor, I will make you this, I'll put this, I'll do that. Because we don't vote or elect our leaders by merit. That's why when somebody comes in, he wants to satisfy all the people that contributed to his winning the election. That's why you see, because to me, I grew up. I grew up in the early 80s, you know, to 90s. So I saw our sports. Then all those managing our sports, all the sport ministers were people that are taking sports right from high school. You can't tell me Alex Akele, you can't tell me Emeka Mera or Anthony Yazubo. Even the then second in command, August Aikomu. He plays soccer in Yabatek. You know, that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about people that have passion for the regular game. Now, if you are making a politician the chairman of a state football club, do you think he has interest in football? No, he doesn't have interest in football. He doesn't have interest in football. All he wants to do is, we have a match today, and the governor will be there. Okay, go and pay the referee. Pay people, we must win. That's why the shenanigans will continue. Because to explain that. Until we go back to the drawing board. See, I will tell people, Nigerian football is declining. Why others are moving up? Why others are moving up? We are going down.
Nigeria. If you ask a young man on the street, who do you support? They will tell you English leagues. They probably tell you even Spanish league. And sometimes they are supporting multiple countries league. But then who do you support in Nigeria? I'm from Enugu State. I should support Rangers. I don't know anything about Rangers. Number one, why is our team not playing on our TV? Which TV station can you watch any of our Premier League? I'm talking about what do you call it in Nigeria? The Rangers Enyimba League or the other league. Is it, what do you call it?
MPFL.
Nigerian Premier Football League. Is there any company? Please, I thank God I have you guys here. Is there any company sponsoring them?
You see, we use our sponsors for our league because they manage the funds that those people put out. At a point in time, Glo was sponsoring. Glo put out, MTN Sports League they put out. People even at a point in time, DSTV was showing our league.
Is it?
I think we only have 2 clubs in Nigeria that are streaming their matches live. Lemon Stars and I think Insurance of Benin. You know, that's what I'm talking about. You know, bring technical
on their state level. The Insurance of Benin, the two states, is it on the state level or is it on the level?
Insurance of Benin is state, is government owned, but Lemon is privately owned football club.
So are you telling me that even NTA, which is the state media, is not showing any of our games?
Sorry, I'm not in Nigeria. I don't even know if NTA
is NTA showing any of our games? And you want somebody to come and sponsor? Why would anybody sponsor what is not getting air views? That is the problem.
You won't see the return.
What can you invest Because what companies are coming to sponsor are things they know their products will be advertised on.
There is no transparency. This is the problem we have. We have few sponsors. But what is the condition of the contract you signed with these guys? Nobody knows. How much are they paying you? Nobody knows.
Do you know how lucrative football is? Football. Do you know how much they are pricing this guy? This guy that went to Man City, Grealish, is it 100 million? 100 million pounds.
We have only one player.
Things that we can easily make money from.
Even on your NFF, do you have a functionable website?
They don't have website.
Say, oh yeah, back in the days, let me say
sorry, I'm laughing.
To early 90s, I used to go to, I would like meet any Stars match. So when Stars went down, one time for Sporting Beggar and Nepa, we used to go to Egby to go and watch Nepa. Then I used to watch almost all our league matches back home. But now, was there to watch? I was telling somebody that in Tanzania, there are two major clubs, Yanga and Simba. Whenever Yanga or Simba is playing, whenever any of those two is playing, let Man U be playing, nobody watch Man U.
Are you serious?
Just go on YouTube. No, just go on YouTube. Just go on YouTube. Just type Tanzania League or Yanga or Simba. Go and see crowd.
But does Tanzania play on any of the African Cup of Nations? So I'm not sure my memory serves me right if I've seen any.
No, I'm just telling you. You see, Odera, it's not about playing. See, you build something, you build it. What they are doing now, Tanzania League, go and watch it. No, the facility is not there. The facility is not there. But they are trying their best. One thing is you just go to YouTube, type in Tanzania League, watch Simba or Yanga, come and see crowd. Come and see crowd. You like, this is how it should be.
You see?
Sorry. Football is encompassing. What is the beauty of you showing your football on TV when you don't have people watching in the stadium? There are people in the stadium.
Thank you. Now, how do we? Let me ask you. See, my page is about preferring solutions in case anybody is watching. And to be honest, so far so good. Most things I've been saying, I'm seeing it happening in government. So let's hope somebody will watch this. Now, if you are asked, and I'm going to ask the three of you, first of all, there are a lot of betting companies now that are taking over the youth. A lot of youth want to open betting shops and all of that. And most times they are betting on all these other leagues. What is the problem with us that our league, we don't appreciate it? Like going to stadiums. Because I grew up in Onitsha. I know that Onitsha has a stadium that was built either by P2B or one of the governors. I know Enugu has a stadium. I know most states have a stadium. I know Asaba when their governor built their stadium. So why is it? Now, I want to say something here. Most stadiums are usually occupied by those that smoke Igbo on Sundays. So most people probably don't want to go there because of security reasons. I'm saying personally, because of security reasons, maybe that is why some people don't want to go, because they see like football or pitch is where you see all these rugged guys or whatever. Is that a reason? And what can we do to grow this? Anybody can start.
It is easy. It is easy. See, back then, we used to go to only one stores. That, the other stand called Fire 2. That's where you have the so-called touts, the Indian smokers. It was all of us. We like to be in their midst because that's where you catch fun. Then you have cover side, you have other sides where people sit down. People are not to be upset there where they sit down. It has always been like that. It's like that even in the Western world too. Where you have the contrast.
First time I went to Wembley, I couldn't stay there.
Yeah, because it's a thing of choice. Like I said, I used to sit down in Fire 2 because those other boys, you never enjoy their vibes, the way they talk, and they know history. They know history about ball. They know history of all the players. So, If you don't want to see it among them, you're going to see somewhere else. But see, that doesn't stop people from going to the stadium. What you need to do is that when we always say, take the church to the people, put church in the heart of people, put your local league in the heart of people. A typical Briton will not leave Premiership and be watching Syria or German Bundesliga. No,
not possible. Not
a
possible.
typical American will not leave basketball or American football and be watching soccer. No. You have to put that in that of people growing up in high school. Remember, we used to do what we call inter-sports. We used to run.
Yes.
Everybody was always looking forward to inter-sports. You have to put in that of people. If you don't, bro, back then they put local league in our hands.
How do you do that? How do you achieve that? What do you think governments can do to put football, local league, back into the hands of the people? Because number one, my own suggestion is that NTA supposed to be playing all local leagues. First off, gone.
No. Put the right people there. Put that people there first. Polo,
my brother, let me tell you what is happening. Our father's generation, our parents' generation has sold us out. There's no correction to what we are discussing about. Because where there is no revolution, there is no change. Let me tell you. In Nigeria of today, we are always scared of if I say something, one person will go and report me. Or if I post something, maybe I might get to that post, they may not hire me. Because if I say it, they will use that, whatever I've said in the past, to contradict the issue. See, you don't know me. My name is Moyegun Paul. I'm a football scout and an intermediary. And I'm also a CEO of an industrial company in Nigeria. We are into agro-allied gases. And that's my father's company. I'm an executive director there. So I want to leave sports to use a agro-allied business in Nigeria as a case of study. Because whatever is being run in Nigeria, they don't run it for developmental issue. They run it for business wise. They are not running football in Nigeria to develop youth. They are running it to make money. If it's not money wise, they are not into it. And the people that they are the aims of affair, they don't know anything about sports. And right from the onset, is now that football or any sport is now something everybody wants to venture into, because the oil and gas sector, everybody is going into electrical energy now. Nobody is interested in except for lubricants. So let me use there was a time my dad wants to collect a loan from Bank of Agriculture at Marina Road. We had to go extra mile. You have to have connection to get to those places to get to get the license from NAFDAC to produce oxygen or acetylene or argon gas. If you don't have that connections, you can't get that loan. And there is the consumption of this product. Every brewery consumes it in Nigeria daily with millions of naira. So you need to get a license so that a private company in Nigeria can do something like that and make money. And you empowering the citizens to open a private company, not foreign investors. Is it not good?
It's good.
Yes, but at the end of the day, they didn't give us the contract. They gave another person the contract because they want to see a clause from that man. Like if they are worth 300 million now, that man will give them 150 million naira.
That's the corruption. Yes. That's the corruption.
So that's the corruption going on in NFF on that head coach issue. They went to recruit that coach so that they can see something at the back.
So what will you prefer as your own solution?
I don't think there's any solution. We are just here to talk.
You've given up.
If we want solution, we won't talk here. We will go underground and plan. You have to fight. You have to be ready.
So is there something? So let's go this way. If say for example, the president say, okay, there's not going to be business as usual anymore in the Ministry of Sports, right?
Yes.
Let's elect the right people. Will you don't think that can change something?
Something can still change because the president we have now is still a weaker tied to sports. He's not tied into sport like that. He doesn't know any
Yes,
stuff.
you're right.
He's the guy that is next to him that is at least he will have some advisor that will advise him on who to use to change this. He's either he has a bad person or a good person right now.
Mm.
Because I'm from
Mm.
Lagos State, I know so many people filing for that position that I know that they are not
Oh,
competent.
really?
That they are not
Mm.
competent. It's like carrying it from a bad person to another bad people.
Mm.
And we are more of a tribalistic country. Don't let us
We
lie to
are.
each other.
Yeah.
As we are
Mm.
here, don't let me lie to you. As a agent, I
Mm.
have so many players. I love Igbo players, but
Mm-hmm.
why I hate Igbo players is that when you go into contractual issue with their parents, they are always nasty and they don't behave well about it. And I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of the
Money.
Igbo culture, the way they act towards
They
things.
want. They like money.
Yes.
They want to be in charge of their money.
So I hope I'm correcting my words properly the way I'm speaking
Mm-hmm.
about it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not that it's hate, it's the way they want to do their thing. So Igbo people should do with Igbo people.
Mm. Mm. Okay, now let me ask. Okay, Felix, go first before I ask the next set of
It's
questions. Felix,
just
what is your solution?
just see it's because I know you understand the corruption going on, but probably it seems you don't know how
I
deep
understand the
this
corruption.
corruption
Yeah.
is. It's like it's deep as Nigerian problem. It's deep as if it has to change. Probably
Mm.
in other parastatals, things too has to change. This is a country whereby a country that is struggling, that is corrupt in all ramifications. How do you expect?
My brother, I am talking in respect to our Premier League, the NPF1, right? That's what I'm trying
MPFM.
to understand. Why is that not
MPFM.
growing? MPFM, why is that one not growing? So speak to that. Hmm. Hmm.
Long-term thing. It's not something that you will just see again. And Nigerian situation is even difficult because at the end of the day, you might not end up even seeing you again. We've had private people who invested in football in the past. For instance, look at Ifeanyi Uba, all these clubs. They are private guys, but
Yeah, I wanted to make reference to him. Yeah.
Even sorry to break you.
Hmm.
start to change. But it's just so deep.
But
Okay, let me take
Baba, even if Yoruba is not a core sports person,
Yeah.
he
No,
just
but he had
know.
the funds and he had
Yeah.
the willpower.
See this problem. See people who don't like sports shouldn't run sports. People who don't know anything about beer parlor shouldn't run anything that has to do with beer parlor. If you are going to do
No, no.
sports
Let me
football,
give you another example. Let me give you another example. I attend MFM, and I know MFM has a
uh,
football club, right? Let me put this out there. If all the churches in Nigeria, for example, or even all the mosques have like football team that like MFM, for example, and they join the Premiership like the NNFM, NPAFM, is it not going to be better for us? Because if what I'm hearing is mismanagement, then I'm asking myself here in the back of my head, does all these clubs pay their players? Or are they playing for free?
Baba,
Like the likes
the
of
problem,
Enyimba,
the problem,
Rangers, and all the
the
rest.
problem NFF have is you see, sport is you have to put the right person there to run it. Why MFM failed is because if you are not their church member or you are not a church person, they will not employ you. And then let me tell you, there's one thing in sport: you can have all the money on earth if you are not using the rightful players to play a certain game. You will lose.
Mm.
Football should be
Baba,
played on merit. I know all
can
these
I
clubs that you're talking about.
can I can I
There
come
are
a
so many
bit?
people that have
See,
money. Because you signed one coach, the coach will now start bringing somebody from his own community, somebody from his own family. It's
Mm.
not
Mm.
done. It's only Remonstrance that is running football the way it's supposed to be.
Mm. Let's
let
let this our big brother talk.
me say this. Let me take you back to MFM. I agree that MFM, because I point in time, I had a kind of a working relationship with MFM then. And they signed many players that know they're only for their church. They sign Muslims,
Mm.
they sign people. But the thing is, it's not about the owner of the church and the players. It has to do with the people in between, the management.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
when you have people, the wrong people managing your club, you're gonna fall. Let me talk about the 80s, 90s. We used to have Abiola Bales, Nwanyahu. Abiola had two teams. Abiola Bales and Concord. We had Nwanyahu. We had Diablo. We had many private. We had stores. We had many private owned clubs. You know, these were people that had passion. I said passion. Then Gabriel of Unewi. Then we have these were people that have passion for the leather game. Okay, they invested their money. They were really looking for that return on investment, that immediate return on investment. You know, they planned for long term. They did for to develop the youth and to make money. So long term investment. But the people, the private owned clubs now, they are all about person will get money.
Are they making that money? Hold on. Let me ask you a question. You are alleging that they are about money. Are they making that money? Is there money in Nigerian football for now?
See. Let me tell you something. Paul is an agent. Paul is a football intermediary. So then when they say players abroad, that's what they're after. That's what they are all after. See, football is, if you want to own a football club, play football club, hey, I'm Obi. You know I greet you. If you want to own a professional football club, see, you are going to spend money, but that return of investment is not going to be no.
Idiots. Okay.
Yeah. See, then, like everyone has been saying, when you put the right people to run our football will grow. People have passion for it. I just told you about people. See, back in the days, all the club chairmen were either ex-players or seasoned football administrators.
This point now is what I'm coming to. This point you just made is what this point.
Wait. The former chairman of All United, Chief Shukuma or something from the east. The former chairman of Plateau United, ex-player, Olawale David Showumi, a gentleman, won't manage Rangers. There are people like that. Now, see, this guy that just joined us, Amobi Eziaku, the lawyer. When he was the manager of Rangers won the league.
Oh wow!
Because he loved football. He had interest in football. I was always fighting for his players to be taken care of. And players like they won the league. See, the bottom line is put the right people to manage our football. I'm telling you, they will, because they love that game. They will bring ideas. They will source for fun that will make our football grow. Don't put politicians, people that don't have interest to manage our football. Baba, we keep ranting and making noise and nothing will happen.
Okay, I need to say this, and please just allow me like 2 minutes or 3. Right? It's a big shame, right, that Okota will go to, is it Brazil, to go and play with Ronaldinho and the likes of Vicious Junior for anything that was any cause that was promoting. But then back home, what is Okota representing in terms of his place? He's from Delta State, no? Yeah. So if you are saying that back in the day, ex-players used to be at the forefront of these local clubs, look at somebody like Ahmed Musa. He came back to Nigeria and played a local team. Look at people like Rooney in the UK. They came back even when they are going down.
One question.
This
That's
1994.
coming to play for Kano Pillars. That one.
This,
Remove
this,
it. Remove
this
it.
1994
Remove it.
set a corrupt set of people. They don't like themselves.
Okay, let me
Even
finish
Baba
before you guys
wait,
start
Baba wait.
correcting me. Eh?
Even the Ahmed Musa you are talking about is a corrupt person. He's supposed to be out of
What do you mean by corrupt? Is he after money when he played for them?
who has joined. We have some crop of players in the national team that now. I can only say it here because we are only 6 in this thing. There are crop of players there that they control the NFF. I'll make you know that.
Players.
Yes, they control the board. If they are not in the team, there's nothing they can do. So it's beyond what you are saying. Nigeria is
Basically
finished now. They
because the
worship. Let me tell you.
people there are not competent.
If the under 17 go to World Cup, I've noticed because I've been taking players to the national team from over 15 years now. Like when Iheanacho breakthrough, you will start seeing most of these people, these big parastatals in the board. They'll be posting Iheanacho on their status, senior man, a person that you is of your age mate or you see him as a brother. You see now she finished with that now. You they
Now
post small
money
boy.
the senior
Now
man
money
now.
now. So we have been sold out so badly that why won't Okocha won't go to Brazil? What does he want to offer? He might have something in
No.
his locker
This
that he
is the
wants to
problem
give.
I have. This is the problem I have. I can excuse Kano. Kano is doing something for Heart Foundation. If you are a player and you've retired, you have money stacked all over the world. Okay, I appreciate that. But what are you bringing to your local league? We have Kano, we have Okocha, we have all these big players. What's his name that is a pastor now, Taribo West?
They served in their various states, but they were sabotaged.
By
by the people who know how to sabotage. See,
By the people
when
in
you are
the ministry, the people in the ministry.
if you are in a, if you are putting if you are at the board and want to do the right thing, your followers be put in board with you. If they are interested in doing the wrong thing, Baba, I'm telling you, there's nothing you can do. They will sabotage you, except you have the backing or they have the backing of the president. Except you have the backing of the president. If you don't, see, when they said in that when my data conversation, he said he was frustrated. Muji was frustrated. A whole lot of them, they want see. The president of the Nigerian coaches said something that all these abroad style you are bringing, it cannot work here. He said it. Coach Bozo, he said it to Finidi. But thank God Finidi won the league. He didn't win anything. See, because they don't want these guys to give us their expertise. So what they do is just to frustrate them. They frustrate them.
So I want to say something. So did you say Finidi just won the local league? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that means at least we have one in the forefront doing something. So what I'm saying here is that Nigeria has produced so many superstar players that if everybody should come and represent from their state and make a little bit of noise with their clout, thank God for social media, they should be able to be creating buzzes. Say, for example, you're in social media, you are an ex-superstar or Super Eagles player, you are well known, and you are posting about the local league. At some point, people start picking interest. We need to start, talking about our local league so people can go out there and start watching football. We're already playing it every Sunday. We're already playing it on streets. We can encourage it on secondary schools, inter-house sports. Do you understand? So we need to start doing something. And hopefully, Tinubu is a new government, and you understand down south here, we love football. So let's say things change and somebody watches this video and is interested in changing stuff, right? We are saying collectively that NT is supposed to be playing our local league, not just NT, other channels should follow suit. Do you understand? Here, FA Cup is owned by the monarch, Prince William. He mandated BBC. Anytime they're playing FA Cup, don't have to have Sky Sports to watch it. You watch it on normal TV. You have to do this thing. If you don't do it, people won't have interest. Exactly. So we need to have at least NTS Sports. Somebody said the NTS Sports always play old games.
Our best ever football was during the military. The best about balls in the military. Other back days, we used to play. We used to hold military games. They used to hold military games. People like our ex-player like Lion Ball was playing for Nigerian Army. We have people playing for Nigerian Army, and they were playing for national team. We used to have police. We used to have police games. Now, tell me police games. Now, if you have police games now, some bars, they go hire machinery. Baba, I'm also guilty. Back then, when I used to play football, one mosque in my area, they play a Muslim game. I'm a Christian. My son and my friends, we play for them. We play for them because it is going to win by all means, win at all costs. And win at all costs will make you bring in, machineries. I'm a Christian. My friends also a Christian. We play the Muslim game for a mosque in my area just because we wanted to win.
You know the problem right now? We used to have LMC. They are the one in charge of the local leagues, the domestic leagues in Nigeria. But now, since they are not been running it yet, the IMC have taken over, which is the interim or whatever they call it. They are now even having issue with people doing well in the league, private owners of the league, with people like Remo Stars. The people that comprises of the board in the IMC are people that they are the club directors. And in Nigeria, it is common of us. If someone is doing well, if one person is doing well, inside the group of people, they will be beefing him that because he's doing well, and he's trying to correct them that this is the way to run things. They will not listen. Do you know that Kunle Shoname just retired from just resigned as one of the board directors in the IMC? And that man is in the history of Nigeria. He's the one that has the best atlas of sports in the history of Nigeria. Nobody don't get that. Have you been to Remo Stars before in Ijebu?
Stadium.
You need to go there.
He beats
now he has stadium. Most of the players you are seeing playing in Europe now, he owns them. He owns Aki Somiro. He owns a lot of players. And why he even said that the Nigerian league is even good during the military time, there was no much focus on sport then. It wasn't a money.
There's something I want to say before I lose my chain of thoughts. Yes. And that is to what you said before about Igbos and other tribes.
Yes.
Because I'm in the UK and I'm not just here for greener pastures. I'm here trying to learn how these people progress, how these people are so smart, right? And when you watch, let's just use Premiership now. When you look at Manchester, Pep Guardiola is not an English coach. Arsenal, what's his name? Arteta is not an English coach. In fact, you will hardly see an English coach in any of the top games. Are you getting me now? Even Frank Lampard and what's this one that went to Chelsea? They are not doing well. These people allow their markets. All they need to do is put the system, put the policies, make it very, very lucrative, allow other people to come and run the thing, and get the results.
In Nigeria, they don't care.
Americans choose Dubai now. Dubai put money down. I had the president to and pity for them.
Exactly. Look at this guy now. Is it Kolibali? He's now going to Arab. Arab is doing the same thing. Arabo. So people that understand the importance of football, how lucrative football is. Imagine the talents that we've produced with the things that are not working. Imagine now, at least from my secondary school, I'll give you 3 players. And everybody here, at least you know so many talents. You that is a scout, at least you know 1,000 of them. So why can Nigeria not? We have so many things. Somebody said that one of the biggest resources we have in Nigeria is not even natural resources, but human resource.
Human resources.
There are so many talents that have died in Nigeria because they're not able to leave the country. That if they found themselves elsewhere, they would have shined on.
Just like US, what are banking on is human resource. China, Indian, it's the human resource. We are the human resource.
Look
We
at
have
India,
talent. We have
cricket,
creativity.
number one. South Africa, rugby, number one. At least Nigeria is supposed to be
It's
topping the
not that.
football. And we are even topping the
It's not
football.
that.
Even without a good distance, Chukwueze is number one in Italy. What's his name?
Because
This popular.
Osimhen number one in
Eh?
Italy. Osimhen number one in
Osimhen.
Italy. See,
Osimhen number one in Italy with Chukwueze. And this guy, others. Look at Saka. Let me tell you the honest truth. You guys might hate me if I say this. I wanted Saka not to play for England, Nigeria. Because I saw what happened to Iwobi. Are you telling me that if Iwobi was in England, do you know what they say in when you play for England? You are paid for life.
oh yeah,
Yes,
oh
you are
yeah.
paid for life. I'm telling you that the properties they gave to those that won our Atlanta this thing, they took it back away from them. I don't even want to start talking about our women footballers that some were trying to coach some young girls and they are frustrated. So this is not even on our ex-players. Our ex-players are trying. This is down again to the government. It's the ministry.
No, what you say is that what meant that the ex-president should come together, form a united body, and fight these shenanigans. Not that why one is fighting, another one is biting. When you are together, when you are united, you can. When you are united, you can always fight the shenanigans. And trust me, millions of Nigerians will support you because you are seen as our heroes. Because you are paying for this national team. You two guys go to our first World Cup, stuff like that. You want to just come for us. Everybody will like that. They will support you. They will support you. But not that some group of people want to do that thing. So we go because of they want to have connection with the politician. They you know what I'm saying now? You know they'll betray you. We have many justice in our country. You know, back in the days when it comes to sprint, give it to Nigerians. Sprint, all them that show them that male and female in Africa, give it to Nigeria. But where are we now? Where are we now? Baba, where are we now? Kenyans and Ethiopians don't drag long distance with them.
Exactly.
They are not for long distance.
Baba,
now,
talking about
they've taken over our pride.
We need a total overhauling of the.
Paul, give me names. Who would you like to, if you have somebody? It seems like you have underground information. Who would you like to see as NFF president?
NFF,
Or at least in the high young?
I have to, before I speak, I have to check whoever is watching here because it's my
My
business
video
and I don't want to
might go further than this telephone that is watching now. But just free your
I know
mind. Say
that's
what you
why
have to
I'm a
say.
little bit comfortable at what I'm saying right now. I think I think everyone in that post are only there for a selfish reason. And if you look at what is really functioning in Nigeria now are soccer academies. They are the ones selling players outside. Just like my academy, I have 3 players outside. I know of some people that they have a stadium. They have a stadium to themselves in Lagos State. They have buses, they have camps, and they are here to sell a single player. And all these old people you still bank on that you see, they are just there for their pockets. Young guys own sports today, and they're just minimal people, little that knows about the sport in Nigeria. Most of them, look at the guy that followed the Unduka to the under-17 tournament. He knows jack about the sports. I know how he developed to that level. He hasn't even coaching a grassroots team for like 10 to 5 years to understand. Maybe a player is thinking intrinsic motivation or extrinsic motivation has to do with a player that comes with the talent and a player that needs to learn. There are two kinds of people who listen fast and grasp the idea, and a different person that needs to learn properly and do the job. So this thing is psychological. It's not something that you just bring anybody to the business and come and do. Look at all these Dangote. Don't you think they know what is happening? They know what is happening. But to put the money down is not the problem. But they know that they are going to eat that money.
Now you've said something about people owning academies. Yeah. Those academies, do they play in the MPFM or?
We don't
so they're purely just for harvesting skilled players and selling abroad.
deal with the league in Nigeria because the league is a rip-off. There's nothing the
Why?
league does.
Why?
The league is just for you to train up. Well, if you have enough money, the league is just for you to make your player play at
So
the high
this
intensity.
under 20 that almost beats their host that achieved at least is it second or third position. Is
Yeah.
that not from the league? Is that from academy?
Yeah,
Because
academy,
of
whichever way. There are some that they have even played in the top level that they are aiming to be 20 years old. You see, I don't want to be
No, I know,
talking too much,
I
but
know, I know, I know,
this
I know.
thing, this thing, if you want to treat it right, you want to see good football in Nigeria, they should kick everybody out and put young boys of 20, 30 there. There are a lot of
In
boys going,
managerial position,
yes,
in
they'll be,
military,
yes, we have a
they go
boy.
be smoking both for them.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not talking of boys smoking Igbo. Who do you know in this sport? I know guys that I don't need to be there. I know I can refer a lot of people there.
But I
We
told you
have
to
a,
give me names. Give me few names.
he mentioned Amobi here. Amobi is a sport lawyer and he has
Okay,
worked
yes, I
with
heard it.
Rangers. He did well. We have
Mm-hmm.
Olumide of Beyond Limits.
Mm-hmm.
They have like 4 players playing in top clubs in Europe now from
Mm.
Remo Stars. That's two. That's a proper young coach. We have the Remo Stars coach. He has gone to Firenze to get his badging license to coach in the
Oh,
Nigerian league.
that's another one. Do we have all these coaches? Do we even have a coaching like training? Do we have a coach training center like where people
The
get their
problem they have in that area is that they are supposed to be
So
having
you
a
wake up
training.
and you say I'm
Eh,
a coach.
no, wait, it's not like they don't, they
Even the Christian league we play there, for you to coach our Saturday football, you have to go to coaching school.
can you
Oh.
help me?
For you to be rep, you
Can
have
you
to go
let
to
me
rep
tell
school.
you the problem they have?
That is not even pro.
Most of those coaches they've gotten their license like 20 years back, but they need to
Okay, okay,
go for
okay.
retraining. They don't go for retraining anymore. They just go pay at the back to get the questions to the answers. They just feed it up and submit, and they've renewed their license. Not that they've done a proper training. So there's a lot of
Mm,
shady things going on in Nigeria that even FIFA have regulated their policies on how you can get their license.
mm.
So there are a lot of things. There are a lot of people outside now claiming to be soccer agents, and they don't know jack. They don't even have a player. So whatever we are saying here, we have not gone deep into the root of the problem. Most of it, a lot of people now just go somewhere with certificate. They don't even, okay, give us, if you are working in Europe now, when you do an interview, they'll ask you, what can you tell us about your past experience?
And they cannot mention
They
anywhere.
can't even mention anywhere. Okay,
Mm,
I work as a data analyst here. And if I want to get a job, they ask me what are the past dashboard reports you've built. Can
mm,
we see a copy of that? But in Nigeria, they don't do that. They don't do that. They just want you to come so that the sharing formula can start.
mm.
You know how many dead talents we have in Nigeria now? People that they are dead, that they are really gifted, that millions we've lost.
I know, I know. Okay, just a way of recap, yeah?
you know what,
Because I'm
let
all
me
about
give
providing solutions.
all the
We want
preaching
an overhaul of the whole ministry, the whole sports ministry. And especially in football, where we have produced a lot of talented players, right? We need all the ex-players to be on board. Help all these states, especially the Premier League clubs or participating states, to revamp all their football teams. And we need to make sure that the national TV, at the very minimum, is playing football, so that people who don't have money for, premium TV stations that you have to pay for every month, can still watch football. It's supposed to be on NTA Sports. That's the primary thing that NTA Sports is supposed to be going to cover any major MPFM match in the whole 36 states. That is the the barest minimum we should do. Now, the last question, because I have only 1 hour on Instagram. When these footballers come, like right now they're on holiday, when they come back, I mean, I'm talking about the big guns, the Hannah Charles, the Osimhen. Do you guys have a way of like meeting with them? Do you guys have like a town hall meeting, or is it just flamboyancy and show off and go back? Do they actually?
In Nigeria, I have the opportunity before I left. I roll with a lot of Nigerian players. I can mention names that I've moved with and speak with. Um, the what you are supposed to be talking about is, are you a celebrity or you are an athlete? Average Nigerian players want to be a celebrity. They don't want to be an athlete. They are only playing to be a celebrity. I have seen situations where a player has nothing before. You end up, when you make money, you only find I go die, funny bone, all crop of comedian that they don't know how you have
Yeah.
suffered to get to that level. You work
Mm.
with them. Can they advise you on a sporting level that, okay, Patrick Evra says that if you want to go and go out with Cristiano Ronaldo, you go to his house. He won't take you out. You go and open post. Two of you be playing
And play
ball.
football.
Everything they dream up is all about football. And secondly, it comes to the feminine side, the lady issue. Most of these footballers you see today that they are great, they are not really educated. They come from a very low background, a difficult way of living, and
Mm.
they go marry a smart person, that a lady that is smarter than them. It's very, very wrong,
Mm.
because the major
Mm.
problem they have is the people closer to them, to their bone. That's why you see, because I'll gladly tell you today, go and write it down. In the next 2 years, there will be a lot of footballers that they will be broke in Nigeria.
No, we don't pray for social.
Don't
Hey.
forget prayer, Baba. Don't help those who help themselves. It's not all about church. If
Mm.
if God wants to help you, God will assign somebody to help you. It's not him that will come from heaven to come and help you.
Mm.
So is
Mm.
it enough for you to give yourself a sense of belonging, to know what you're doing and where you're going?
Mm.
My players didn't come down for holiday in Nigeria. They are in Portugal right now.
Mm.
Okay, I asked them, what do you want to come and do in Nigeria? They say, okay, you want to give your parents. Hey, send it to her now. Is it a must you go to Nigeria? You just
Mm.
signed a lucrative deal. Is it a must you go to Nigeria to do what? To do show off, to show them that you have come.
Mm.
Stay there, cement a place there, make sure that you are earning a good salary before you think you're going home.
Mm. Mm.
Why
Mm.
Osimhen
Mm.
is doing well is because he is extrinsic motivated. He trained himself and devoted his time that this is what he wants to do. He knew,
Mm.
and he knew where he was coming from. Not that some other players are not better than him. They are far better than him. But
Oh, millions. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
he devoted his life towards that game.
And
So
also there a bit of grace on him as well,
yeah,
because like you said, there are many people who are talented, millions that have gone, unnoticed,
yeah.
and for God to pick you out and put you, I mean, I'm so happy for him, man. I'm so happy for him. But then please, before we end this live, I understand what you said for those young players that you have that you told to go to Portugal. But again, for the big guns who have made it, the Gallows and all the rest, we need to have these guys when they come back to start talking about Nigerian football. We need to resurrect what we have on our national local league is really poor. It's really, really poor. And it's not like Nigeria is such a poor country that we cannot make football, not even just about making money, but derive pride from it. We should be able to watch our local league. Why not?
But before we talk about that, that comes with NTA, and most of the broadcasters too. They are corrupt set of people. So I'm not lying now. There are some that comes to our podcast here to speak. They don't know jack. They just say whatever because maybe they have some stronger ties with the footballers or with the people at the board. I come there and I shut them up that we don't eat from them, because you eat from them, you speak for them. So how do you expect them to
Mm,
correct it?
I
It
get
won't be corrected.
what you mean. I get what you mean.
This thing
Mm.
is deep. Once you are already eating, even we that we are agents, we don't like ourselves. Because me, I don't try to sell a player by using the national team to sell my player or to play for the national team color. So I can have my connection direct there.
In fact,
Eh,
a few people have blown after playing the national team, but a few people have blown before joining. Like there's some, although those ones that actually join after blowing is people probably born abroad. But then, how easy is your job?
it's not easy. It's like a drug business. It's like you can be breeding a player for like 4 years and you may not even see anything productive about the player. because there are two kind of player: a player that you're ready to train and is ready to improve. The white people like players that they are ready to improve, not a player that they keep training and it doesn't develop.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in aspect of when you speak to your counterparts abroad. Are they ready to listen, or do they undermine? Oh, because you're from Nigeria, probably your players are not good. How do they see the stock from Nigeria? Are they seeing potentials?
If you do the job well, you see, you know these white people. If you give them one and it is good, even though you end up giving them a bad one next, they will accept it because you giving them one
One that's
before
considered, yeah.
that succeeded. It's a continuity thing. They might not pay you well. The monetary issue too comes in. Most Nigerians, they don't want to start with a petty money at
Money.
first. When I started, I collected something low. But I'm building friendship first. I'm not
Yeah.
building money first. Money will come.
Mm-hmm.
A white man will not leave somebody he has been dealing with for the past 4 years, even even though that person is bad for another person, because there is a trust between both parties.
Already
Yeah, so
existing.
that's the way it works.
All right, we are going to end here, and thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. First time
Yeah.
meeting you, and it's been very, very educative. I would say let's not give up. I mean, Nigeria, as you know, is suffering on every sector, and sports is not any different. So we believe and we hope that things will get better. We expect more people, especially our ex-players, to not shut up, but I believe if the whole Super Eagles, former Super Eagles or ex-Super Eagles, or even big players, come around and say something to the government and say, okay, we want people who are experienced in this sport to start speaking for us, and not just football, Olympics. Nigeria made a name, through Olympic. I mean, Mikel won in Olympics and all of that. So we need to, start looking into sports. Sport is very lucrative in the world today, and a lot of that come from countries who prepare their citizens. And on that, I'm going to say thank you to everybody, and I appreciate your time. Till next
Yeah.
time. Bye-bye. Thank
Yeah.
you, brother. Bye.